guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are back with a new episode of our review and recap of the Challenge 39 Battle for a New Champion. And this episode, we are coming back from the Kyland and Horacio elimination, where Nurys won the elimination, and she's coming back to the house all by herself. And when she's coming back, everybody's super shocked, and they think she's joking when she say
First
that
off, before
she's
we
the
even
only
get
one.
into that, I just want to say this whole episode, Marie stood on business.
Yes,
She was
Nurys.
like, y'all not about to be playing my face. She piped up when she needed to. But yeah, so when we get back in the house, like you said, everyone is hugging her. And through the whole thing, she just like, yeah. And then she, F all of y'all. Because I don't care for y'all. Like, I don't like y'all. And basically Olivia says she regret her decision. And she just is kind of mad that she had destroyed her relationship with Nurys and sent Horacio home. And granted, Nurys didn't really talk to Olivia once she got straight to the house. But they once Nurys said F y'all, Olivia immediately went straight into the house. She was like,
walked away because it was directly applying to you, girl. I mean, what does her to do? I mean, what are you gonna say? You literally betrayed your friend for. I mean, literally, her reasoning really doesn't make as much sense as she think it make, because she's like, I did this for myself because people would have. She said she did not pick Nurys, and she said Mariah name instead, because if she didn't and then she picked Nurys and then Nurys picked Horacio, blah blah blah, then the rest of the house would have been ganging up on her. No, I mean, sure, they would have been
y'all would have
upset.
had the numbers at that point.
Yeah, then it would have been flipped, and 3 people from the other side would have went down. So I don't. And and baby, you would not have been in the predicament you found yourself in today if it had been some different numbers. But
Yeah. I do want to say that Jay makes a comment stating that he thinks he's safe with Nurys in the house because he didn't really do anything like Olivia did. And he kept saying that through this whole episode. And once he said that, I knew Jay was about to be on some BS. But basically, Olivia, after Nurys, washes her hair, gets glowing as she does, being the queen that she is, she finally decides to have a conversation with Olivia, more like Olivia's having a conversation with her. And Nurys is not dumb. She like, look here, girl, I don't like you, but at the same time, I prefer to have you in the final with me than some of these guys. And that's kind of where and plus she didn't like nobody else in the house. So it was more so like, I'll deal with you versus not really messing with anybody else in the house. But basically,
I mean, I think that mentality that she had when she came back was very much like, that was like good competitor mentality. Like, I ain't cool with these people, but until I get back to the state, I get back home and we live in regular life, it's a game and I'm gonna play it. Because right now, but being mad at her ain't gonna help me. I got one person on my side that think I'm back friends with them, so we just gonna leave it at that. You know what I mean? So I think she played that really well.
Yeah. So basically, Nurys pitches. One, I don't like how people just be coming into these rooms and having a seat. So we see Michelle come into the room at the tail end of their conversation, and basically Nurys pitches basically the concept of having an all-female final. And she says, why keep people like Jay, Emmanuel, and Corey in the house when it's 6 women to those 3? And James. So we might as well, we got the numbers to have this alliance, and everyone was down for it. This is
I mean,
where
I knew with that plan, I think it is good for them towards this stage of the game. Yes, it's definitely good. I think it would have been good from the beginning, but whatever. We doing it now, whatever. So I think it was good, but I already knew who the problem people were that plan. I already knew.
Yeah.
And this is not to say, we can get further into it. And it's not to say I actually blame them, I will say. But We'll get into it and keep going.
So I mean, that was pretty much it for everything that happened in the house. I guess we could go to the challenge. Did I miss anything?
Um, no. Oh well, yeah. So when they talk about having this all girls alliance, Michelle is like, sorry, Jay, but I'm gonna have to have this all girls alliance. And at this point, I mean, how long can you carry everybody to the end?
Yeah,
You can't carry everybody to the end. And I really think if anybody is feeling slighted by the all girls alliance, I'm sorry, I need an advantage. Like
yeah,
it's only 6 or 7 people going to the final. And should I be the only girl running against all guys? Like, I,
yeah.
like what I don't know. I
That's
think it's
that's
much
the thing.
bad about it.
That's what you would assume people would think. Why would I go to a final, regardless of how many females in there? Why would I try to beat 3 guys when I could just eliminate that competition altogether and get rid of 4? But we don't really count James because he would have gassed out anyway. But
I will say I think that they're trying their hard they're trying at least to make the challenges and eliminations whatever kind of neutral, so maybe so it's not as like
I mean, they
biased.
got to,
Yeah,
since it's
biased
going to be.
strength. But I still say that one with jumping over the dang on 6-foot block, 7-foot block, that is something we need to eliminate.
This challenge is called Drum Roll. Players finally are all going at once, and players will begin out on a rolling drum above water, holding onto a rope and attempting to stay on the drum as long as possible. The last 5 players standing then will compete in the winner's circle, and the first 5 to fall off will complete in the loser's circle. And whoever is the first one to fall off in the loser's circle is the one being purged out. And the last one to stand on the winner's side is the one who will be safe from elimination and have the power to start off the voting chain.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Um,
this elimination, I mean, I thought it was cool. I thought it was equalizer. I did like it. And as they were like running and everything, I was like, please don't let all the girls fall. I was like, let Jay fall, let Emmanuel fall, let all the people fall.
yeah,
And then, when the girls for the started falling one by one, I was like, oh no. Yeah, I was because that's the
yeah.
only way.
The all female alliance would have worked.
Yeah, they needed more men to fall in that one. And and again, I'm only with this alliance because Nerese is in this alliance. I don't care about none of the men or women that's left in this competition except
Except Maurice. She's the only one.
yeah.
Um so we get into the losers heat, and basically it is Michelle, Mariah, Olivia, Emmanuel, and Colleen. Um and basically it was really between Olivia, Mariah, and Michelle as the first ones. Mariah did get herself back up and kept rolling.
It looked like it was about to be
And
Mariah for a second.
yeah. Backtrack. So the first heat, the winners heat does go first, and Berna ends up winning that one. It was between her and James. I will say James did a good job because he did hurt his hand in the previous challenge. So he was only holding on with one hand the entire time. So Berna ends up being the winner. Now back to the Michelle one. Berna was trying to tell Michelle, get back on your feet. But Michelle was just like, I'm just gonna dangle here.
Well, I don't know how even much you can hear people from down there. And when you're in the heat of the game, you're probably not even really listening for real. Like I'm over here trying to survive, girl. And with this elimination, I was actually, I'm not Team Michelle for anything, but I was actually hoping that Mariah fell instead of Michelle, only because that all girls alliance was not gonna work with Mariah.
Exactly. As soon as y'all would say,
Y'all would have said Mariah James. She would have said James and ruined the whole all girls thing if they told her about it. If they did tell her, fine, we could pick her last as far as the girls, and then she could pick James. But if you put her in the middle of that all girls, he was gonna mess up the count. He was gonna mess up the count.
Yeah, that's the same mindset that I had too. I was like, Mariah has to go.
She has to fall for the all girls to work. Ain't no way she picking any of them girls before she say James' name. So I'm really convinced they didn't even tell her about the plan.
Yeah, or they must have
she
knew already that they would have to have her be the last person to go. Because
Yeah.
even if she did, like, she would have had to literally be last. Because, like you said, if she would have chose James, that still would have left E-Man, Corey, and Jay going for
Yeah, that's what I'm
elimination.
saying. Have her last. That would have been fine. Save her
Yeah.
last. So then she could pick James and then we can go from there. But if they would have said her like second or third,
Right.
same outcome.
Michelle ends up eliminated, and like we all said, once Michelle left the house, it was a wrap. Stupidity started happening.
Once Michelle left, I will say that Michelle, I will say that Michelle is she is smart. She is smart. Like the reason most of the craziness.
She is supervisor.
Yeah.
She is.
She's a what?
She's the supervisor. She was delegated.
The reason this whole takeover alliance happened this whole season is because Michelle was there. I was not on that side of the house. I wasn't rooting for them or nothing, but they wouldn't have been able to pull it off for real. Jay would not have been able to pull it off for real without her. So once Michelle left, the sense left.
And
it just left. Like no, because the stuff that happened in this episode would not have been able to happen if Michelle. As soon as Jay would have been like, I think I'm no, Jay, no.
Michelle would have been like, soon as Burnham would have been like, I'm voting for Nerese and Olivia, she would have been like, no. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so as soon as she left, I was like, here we go. Here we go.
And here we go. It happened. So basically, I don't even know. Where should we start?
Okay, let's start with this first. Okay. So first we after so Burnham wins and Michelle's gone. So and just because everything else happened after this episode, the like Michelle leaving, I didn't even really it flew back because I had so much other stuff to worry about. So then we get a conversation between Corey and Colleen, and they're talking about like it is sad that Michelle left, but it gives us opportunity because Michelle and Jay have been using us all season. And I was like,
Colleen already knew this 4 weeks ago.
but to even say, okay, first of all, okay, if you want to say that, okay, but to even say they're using you implies that there was some secret. It implies it implies that you didn't know nothing about this. But you said it. Colleen has said it several times. Jay
you told Colleen.
Yeah, Jay said to your face, no, it won't be. I won't. You're not high up on the list. Like so to say, oh, they're using us like it's our time. It could have been y'all time. Y'all could have been on the other side. Y'all could have took Jay and Michelle out if you wanted, but they chose not to, and now they want to grumble about they were being used when no, you were ready to fight Michelle and Jay's battles, and you.
If I was still them, it's still not too late. If you feeling used, get rid of the person that used you. Get rid of Jay. Like you should have been teaming up with Olivia and Nerese and been like, okay, we already know Bernard is saving Colleen, so Corey, you save Nerese, Nerese save Olivia, and we probably could get E-Man in there. Everybody y'all needed to be saved.
But they don't. And
it would have been James, Mariah, and Jay.
Yeah, I didn't think they was gonna do that, but but they're feeling all this stuff after the fact when they could have been. This is the final hour. You really, I mean, you did it and you made it to the end without
doing anything
into the final basically without having to do much. Corey went down to the sand once. Colleen went down to the sand once, and I don't think
they went down, but they never went to.
That's what I'm saying. They went down there. They didn't have to do anything. So you made it to a final without having to do anything. Like just like Michelle said when she left, in a regular season, I don't think I could do this. Correct. In a regular
season, that's what I will give Michelle credit. Like
Michelle understands that's what I'm saying. Michelle understands. Like she said, this was my best chance.
This is the season that I could have won.
Yes, exactly. Just like Michelle, this is my best chance. This is the season that I can win. And these people are like, they were used and everything. No, you played your game how you wanted to play it, and this was your best chance, because in the real season where everybody understands the game and
It would have
everybody
been.
is in tune, I don't know how far you can make it.
Exactly. Like she said, I got too many vendettas in the house. I didn't have anything. I played, I played the best. Like, again, self-awareness. She played the best game of what the Delta she made. She had the social game on lock. She had the political game on lock. She was making moves left and right. And then that's another thing I don't like about what Colleen and Corey was saying, where they were saying Michelle was making promises. No, she wasn't. She said, I will help you guys as much as I can. But she never told y'all was her number one.
Yeah, and you get into the end, how far do you think she can help you? Literally, if I'm in a room and I'm literally talking to 10 people in the room, I'm gonna help y'all. Like doing a blanket, I'm gonna help y'all. I was talking to everybody, Colleen. Everybody, Corey, I helped y'all. Now
exactly. I got y'all here as much as I can, but now that I'm in the back, my true number one, which was Jay, and possibly Berna,
I think
question mark. Yeah. But like, if it's not them two, I'm sorry, but what y'all want me to do? Just like at the turn, at the times was turned, and y'all had true number ones, it will be them versus me. Because I think even Kylan said it in one of his interviews. If I'm your 2 or 3, that's fine with me. As long as I got some type of protection and we got some type of understanding, help me get where I need to go, and then I'll deal with the rest later. Yeah, like, that's how you're supposed to play the game.
Yeah, people don't, I don't know. People not even understand that, because it's like, obviously Nerese is cool with a couple people, but you don't see Kylan grumbling because it was, like at the end when it was all them standing up in the last episode, Kylan didn't expect Nerese to choose him. It was between Olivia and Horacio. That's because I'm your number 3. We in this together, but you know what I mean? So, but the choice wasn't between me. So people have to understand number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you do understand that, then you can't. There's no way they could have used you, because you knew you wasn't number 1, Colleen. and Corey, you knew you wasn't number 1 too. I think he said it several times. He wasn't number 1. And Michelle, literally, if Michelle hadn't, Corey would have been left, because at one point they was all against him, and Michelle helped the house turn back towards him. So I don't know. Their whole thing about being used is really invalid. They were willing participants of this alliance that chose to go after people.
And then Colleen, when you had it out, you went back. So you really
I can't even talk about that. That was okay. You literally, I was like, okay, Colleen, you about to make a move here, girl. And then like, and I was like, okay, okay.
So speaking of Colleen, so we'll just kind of sum up everything that happens. So basically, Nerese and Olivia were the all ones out. And it really boiled down to Jay, who he was going to choose. So basically, Berna and Colleen started feeding Jay information about Nerese, which Jay just automatically believed. And like Nerese said, so he decided to, first off, the balls on Jay. He sits Nerese down. Yeah, I'm not choosing you. Nerese like, wait, what?
I mean, I think he considered himself being honest and telling her up front so she's not blindsided. I'm assuming that's why he said it like that, and like was like, I'm not choosing you, so that when we up in front of TJ and you're not surprised. So I can appreciate that a little bit, because don't have me out here looking crazy. But to believe them, yeah, to believe them is like, they're telling you this information now. That happened 5 episodes ago. 5 episodes ago, she said, why you didn't tell me this? Exactly. You telling me now because you want me to not say her name and get her out. And then, therefore, I wouldn't even be able to believe you for real. Yeah. And just like Nerese said, Colleen, this was a scheme that you set up. This was your idea. You told me to plan. You said, get Jay out. You told me.
Yeah. And then another thing is that whole conversation. That's why I can't wait to this reunion, because that whole conversation, once you watch it back, it was literally Nerese just saying, Jay doesn't protect me. It never said she was voting for Jay.
Yeah,
She
she was.
just said, I
Yeah,
just don't think Jay would fight for me the way he expects me to fight for him. That's all she said. So for you, Colleen, to go back and misconstrue that, like, and then like Jay said, we're friends outside. Like no, like Nerese said, or what Jay tried to say, we're friends outside the game, but in the house, Nerese instantly, we're not friends.
yeah,
Like you know me for 5 minutes, you know them for two. You know me for 5 years, you know them for 2 minutes. How dare you believe them over me when we're friends outside of this house? And
yeah,
like Nerese said, you can say don't take it personal. That you have to take personally because we're just not challenge friends. We're real friends. And
yeah.
for that reason, I'm taking it personal that you're believing these two harlots over me.
What? Why would you
These
say
Jezebels.
that? But yeah, it just really didn't make sense. And then they walking
Then
around.
Emmanuel on the sidelines just
Everybody on the sideline, they skedaddling around the house as the Reese is trying to confront Jay. They on the sidelines, going into the room. They in the confessionals, talking about the Reese. Okay.
talking about she mad that this is coming to the surface. First off, one, like she said, I already know what's in this elimination. So if you throw me in, y'all better be ready. And then two, I already sent two of the strongest people out. So try me if you want. And then
I would have been making up all types of stuff. TJ said every elimination is going to be a clue to what's happening in the final. So every time you guys send me back, I'm gonna have more heads up on the final than y'all. I don't know. I'll be saying a bunch
exactly.
of stuff.
But even though it's just like, come on, what like Emmanuel's talking about, oh yeah, or he was just throwing like 9 comments at Nerese, and it was just like, what are y'all talking about right now? If I was Nerese, I'll literally throw hands with everybody in the house, like. And then he was saying, oh, Olivia is trying to protect Nerese now because she messed up. No, granted, she was like
I
on
mean, she was doing
she
that,
was, but
but
right is right and wrong is wrong.
yeah, she was doing that. But
She was
yeah.
definitely sucking up. Like
I
they had
mean, but
their
at the same
buzz.
time, if she gonna fight for her, fight for her. But I mean, the Reese still in the, Reese still like, I
I know.
that relationship is over. But like, she can think what she want. Until we get out the house.
We get to nominations. The voting happened. Berna chooses Corey. Corey chooses Colleen. Colleen chooses E-Man. And then he gave this whole. And E-Man chooses
I don't
Jay.
understand why. Wait, I don't understand why Corey negotiated for him to be chosen first. It did not matter. They said they showed like a little clip of Corey, like, if you choose me first, I'll choose Colleen. Why did that matter? Because if she chose Colleen first, Colleen would have chose you.
Yeah.
Why would that matter? I was like, well, who cares?
That's how you know people are not, they don't know how to play this game. And those, at least Berna is the prime example of a person who does not know how to play this game. Like, and then Jay ends up choosing Mariah. And like TJ said, Jay, you were literally crying last week that you could have saved Nerese, and now you throwing her in. And then, like Nerese said, integrity don't matter, friendships don't matter, and all these people are scared.
Yeah.
So,
and so we got Nerese, Olivia, and James in the bottom. And again, I just the I don't know if it's like what's like opposite of self-awareness. Like James is like, he said it's like the rug is pulled out from under me. How is the rug pulled out from under you? I want to know what his order in his head was, what he thought the order of importance for these people was.
yeah.
For him. I want to know what number he thought he was to each one of them, because it looked exactly like I thought. For you to think the rug was pulled out from under you, I don't know. He's like, this is just like he just didn't expect to be in the bottom 3 when that's exactly what I expected. That is what I expected. And he's saying, it's people up there who haven't been down to elimination. They were always there, and you weren't picking them out. Like there were always people up there who haven't been down to elimination, and you weren't voting for them. So what does this matter? What does this vote matter for them to go in? If you didn't want them in last week, it's just when you down in the sand, you just like you don't see the new moves that were made last week or the week before. You only see right now because all that could have been prevented. But
Yeah.
but yeah.
So
And
even
also,
out of these
well, I do want to
players, you said what?
no, I was gonna say, and because of the move that Olivia made last week, it directly affects her being in here this week. Because literally, I really doubt that she would be in this house. I'm sorry, not in this house, in the bottom three if she had flipped that vote. Because
Exactly.
really, if she had, if Olivia last week had said Nerese,
She would have chosen
oh,
Horacio.
she got
Horacio
called
would have chose
second.
Kylan.
She would have chose Kylan. Kylan would. I don't know who Kylan would. Kylan would have probably chose Colleen. Colleen would have chose Corey. Corey would have chose Berna, and then you probably would have had. Then Berna would have chose
No,
Michelle.
they
Then
would
you
have still
had
had probably Mariah. So it was Jay chose Michelle. Michelle chose Olivia. Olivia should have chose
Nerese.
Nerese. Nerese would have chose Horacio. Horacio would have chose Kylan. Kylan, like you said, probably would have chose. So it would have been Colleen, Berna, and Corey, or maybe it would have been Berna, Emmanuel, and Colleen. So Colleen and Berna would have been safe with probably
No,
Eman
it
or
would have been
Corey.
Jay,
So
Jay,
it would have been James, Mariah, and
James,
James,
James, Mariah.
Mariah, and probably like Corey or somebody.
Yeah, and they would have got out two of them. So yeah, she I don't think she would have been at the bottom if with Horacio and all of them in that. I
Exactly.
doubt that she would have been in the bottom. So I think she directly affected her game, her game by trying to save herself last week instead of looking like towards the future.
So we get to the elimination, and basically same format, 3 stations. This time the station one is the balance beam plus turning on and off a series of switches to replicate a display. Then it's still the wall, but then it's a slide puzzle, and then it's the net, and then you have to enter a barrel of ice, search for the 15 numbered tiles. After finding all 15 of those tiles, you must then place them under the names of the eliminated contestants for the season in the order in which they were eliminated. And basically, it was a blowout.
Yeah, it was a blowout. Nerese and Olivia went for the slide puzzle first. James went to the light switches first. James finished that light switch puzzle thing first, and it wasn't a puzzle really. It was just like looking.
Yeah, just matching.
It didn't
You
match.
saw Nerese after she figured out what it was. She was just looking at up, off.
Yeah.
Like.
And so James did finish that first, but Nerese finished the slide puzzle after that, which takes way longer. And so then she moved on to the light switch puzzle, which she finished pretty quickly. So she got 2, James got 1, Olivia got 0, and then she got the last one, which is the pick the stuff out of the ice bucket. And for a second, I thought she was gonna. I wasn't sure the way the editing was making it seem like she might not be able to do it. And I was like, please, not right here. She got the last one. You can do it, girl.
Yeah, I do think they need to stop doing these ice challenges. Like, cause one, that's not safe. Y'all should learn last time y'all did that. What was that? Rivals or like one of the older seasons? I know they did like that whole they had to dive into the ice water to like find a lock and key or something like that. But yeah, like y'all can't be putting these people in the ice like this.
Nerese finished with 3, James with 1, and Olivia with 0. And once she got that third flag, Olivia, everybody was just like, "Go ahead, Nerese," because ain't nothing they could do. And
Yeah.
I'm glad she won 2, and so 2 out of 2, 2 for 2, and
2
so
for 2 and sent 4 people home.
and sent 4 people home. And so literally, if Nerese wins the final, I think people was right. People were previously saying like they don't like the season, and whoever win the season, then people won't really rate it rate the win. But I think if she won,
I feel like Nerese is in order for whoever becomes champion of this season, it has to be Nerese. If it's not Nerese, no one will put respect on their challenge win. It's just like KC. Like you didn't win the fight. Like you didn't. That was Tori's win.
That was crazy.
So this will be another one of those finals where it's like none of y'all have deserved it, and then Brandon want to make a choice to be like we all deserve. No, y'all don't. Y'all literally have done nothing. Out of the 7 players going into this final, Nerese is the only one who has seen an elimination this season. at this point. And then Jay is the only person who actively, I guess you could say, does something in the house.
Yeah, about that Jay has been a strategic part. So I will say if Jay won, I mean, I don't want him to win for sure. But if he did win, he did play a part in maneuvering people to get himself to the final. So I will say that.
And then the other 5 people literally coasted.
Yeah, so but Nerese wins, which I'm very happy about. She's coming back into the house, and everybody, they up there praying. Like, please don't let it be Nerese.
I mean, when she came in, first off, Emmanuel was like, "Oh, you're doing too much. We wasn't really trying to get you out." Yes, y'all were.
What were you trying to do then? What is sending me into elimination? What were you trying to do there?
Exactly. And then talking about she doing too much. First off, if I'm coming back in the house after y'all thought y'all was getting rid of me, I'm doing the same thing. Y'all thought and y'all failed. I'm back. Now what? And then she got ready and said pretty and stunned the girls. So yeah, don't play Emmanuel. Like I don't like him. Even though he wasn't like a force this season, I'm not liking him. And I've been forgetting Colleen.
Even though he wasn't a what?
Like he wasn't a presence. Like he had more presence, and I was rooting for him as Spies, Lies, and Allies.
Oh yeah. He was one of the rookies that I was rooting for. But this season, they just ruined a lot of people that I really liked. Them coming back this season really was just like, why did you do that?
Exactly.
But like we said, Nerese comes back, and everybody's like, then nobody's like, welcome back. They're all like, oh
yeah. Courtney was the only one who greeted her. Somewhat.
Because they know she ain't messing with none of them, so they just like not happy about it, not happy about her coming back. And then before the episode ends, we get a clip of them going to like the club or a party or whatever. They all dressed up, and TJ is about to come in. And I'm assuming this is where he's going to announce that they about to go to the final.
Alrighty. So in first place, of course, is Team Say with 3,082 points. None of his people did anything outside of burnout, honestly. Second place, I lost Michelle. I got 2,983. Nerese is my sole and only winner at this point. So if she doesn't win, like I said, I really don't care. Who wins, it won't be deserved, especially if someone like Colleen or Berna or E-Man wins. Like I would just be so upset. But and then in last place with 2,025 points is
I literally forgot Jay was on my team. I'm like
is you with Jay, and your Olivia is gone. So yeah.
Okay. Well, those are our thoughts on this episode of the Challenge 39 Battle for a New Champion. So next week we'll be back with a new episode. And we're assuming that this is the final. I believe it's the final. So we'll be back for, I guess, part 1 of the final. I'm sure they're going to break it up.
Yeah, it's a 2-part final.
We'll see you guys then. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment down below. And we'll see you on our next video. Peace.